Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The 2022 version. Yes, not the original 1974 version, which was awesome, of course. But this is a newer version, and it's like 50 years, right? Almost 50 years, almost, that, since the original. Now, there's been many remakes or sequels, and there was a sequel. There was like 3 of them, right? In 1974, there was the original, which was the best, and they had a second one, and I believe a third one, which were not good, right? How do you make a sequel based on a true life story, right? That has always been my argument from the time I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then they went on, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre Next Generation, I think it was what it was called, like Star Trek. But Matthew McConaughey was in it, and Bridget Jones's Diaries girl was in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's funny. I forget her name. Me, Myself, and Irene, and Show Me the Money, all that stuff. I'm drawing a blank on her. She was in that. Then there was one with Jessica Biel in it. And then there's another one too. So now here's the latest one, but this one's straight to Netflix. And it's only an hour and 21 minutes. Perfect movie for a school night. So, sorry as I yawn. It's been a tough day. Alright, I'm going to get into it. I don't know who's in it. Right now it's rated a 5 on IMDb, but like tons of people rated it so far. So, 23,000 people. So let me get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, and let you know what I think. A 5's not too intriguing, but let's go for it. I'll be back.
Where's Dunford?
Success! Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2022 version of it, or whatever. I could see the scores. I mean, how many times can you basically do the same movie? Once you get down to the brass tacks, it's Leatherface, against kids and a chainsaw. You know what I mean? Like, that's really all it's about. Now the one thing I did find interesting, it was very little piece, is the what they were doing. So they even said they're idealists. That kids are doing this, but basically what they found a town in Texas that is a ghost town. And so they're going to revive it, essentially. They're going to start up a restaurant there, and then they have all these investors coming so that they could buy other property and just create this whole new town. I think that's kind of really cool idea. So I liked that aspect of it. But that's just the basis for what happened. So they come in, and of course this is the same town where Leatherface happens to reside, after all these years. And they do, really, in the beginning they talk about the first person who, escaped the attacks in 1974. And that she told the cops what happened, and she's never spoken of it again. So that kind of ties it in. It does tie in the very first one with this one. A little bit. So that's another piece of it that I do like. But then everything in between all of that, not that it's linear, but everything else in this movie is the same thing. Him chasing people around, a lot of jump scares. That's what he does. That's really it. He comes around and finds his chainsaw eventually and just starts chasing people down, and that's what happens. So you're just like wondering, like, okay, there's going to be a survivor or a couple, and like, who's it going to be? And, what's the order of everybody else going to go, essentially? And, the rest of it's just stuff you've seen before. And I appreciate the fact that it's only an hour and 20 odd minutes, 21, 22 minutes, because how much more can you do? So that's what I got for you. I don't know how you can take it to another level. Now, I will also say that maybe, the idea here isn't so much to create a new movie, but to refresh it based on generations and modernization. I don't know if that's a real word. You know what I mean? Like in 1974, I don't even know if they had power steering in their cars, let alone, now they had a Tesla in this one that drives by itself. There's definitely no cell phones and texting, and so there's new pieces you can add in because it's, as you move forward. But that's the only reason I can see you continuing to make these movies. it's not gonna. There's nothing else that's gonna make it even more interesting. So it's just, I think, refreshing it for the generation. That's all. And because of that, and nothing wrong with that, but because I've seen every other one of these, I'm in on a 5 on that one. It wasn't as bad as a 4 because of the things I discussed, but a 5 just because it's just tried and true, same stuff all the time. So there you go. That's what I got for you. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.